Hello everybody. I still have a cough and a cold, well, kind of a bit of a cold, so bear with me if I start coughing. Not contagious. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Do you rate gems? I don't know what that is. Hello, hello. How are we all? Certainly hope you've gone over to the Red Giant channel and liked and subscribed and also watched the newest videos. Since I'm the part of Buckethead, I can't because I'm not that good. Hello. Are the jet guitars the best budget? Yes, they are. I reckon so anyway, personally. Squire are great, but Squire is second place to me. Jet are the best budget guitars. Hello. And he's back. You see how silky smooth that move was? Thank you, yeah, it was getting a bit annoying. It gets to a certain length and I get annoyed at it, so it goes. And also, I haven't been feeling very well. It's kind of like having a really long beard when you're ill and snotty is not fun, so it's gone. No worries, thank you. I went down way better than I thought it would, to be honest with you. I've had that version in my head for absolutely years. And I've wanted to do a version of Wonderwall for ages, in that kind of like, you know, that John Frusciante, Jimmy... And finally got there. Honey, I know. I'm alright now, though. I've been having them. It does indeed. After a while it gets in your mouth, it's very annoying to keep it trimmed. Did John Joe do drums on Wonderwall? No. The drums on Wonderwall are my Boss RC10, known as Keith. Every drum machine I have is named Keith. Can you guess why? Literally from like, I had a Zoom, I can't remember what the model was. I had a Zoom drum machine, it was called Keith. And then I had another drum machine in my Zoom, he was called Keith. And now I have my drum machine in the RC10R, and that's called Keith. Yes. Yeah, can you guess why? Yeah. Noodlemans. Hey, it's Noodle. Let's move on from me being weird. Anyway, how are we all? How are we doing? Are we ready, all excited and ready for Christmas? Are we all happy about Christmas? Play the British national song? No. I have a transfer named Boris after the song. Ace. Favourite Offspring album? Tough to say. It'd be between Ixnay and the Hombre, Smash and Conspiracy of One. Those three are like my favourite. Trying to pick my favourite out of them, probably Smash, if I was pushed to it. Mainly because of self-esteem. I'm terrible with song titles. The last song on the album and a few others. Any advice for Dave Gilmour's tone between two? I haven't heard that song well enough to understand, to know. So no, I can't tell you. Sorry. Come Out and Play. It's a great song. There's the other one I'm after. The one that goes. I'm gonna have to play it. Sorry, YouTube. What is that song called? It's got one of the best choruses known to mankind in that song. That's such a cool riff. Just that little... Absolutely playing with fire there, because that's the riff. Am I in different tuning? No, I'm in standard tuning as well. So that is literally playing with fire. So that could have gone well. Whether I'm I know, don't play Metallica, Dave. Lars Oracle come and beat you up. But I know what you mean. Any advice on playing in a retro cover band? Do your research. Do your research on your member. I mean, personally, I think there's too many cover bands. There needs to be more original bands. There's too many tribute bands of doing the same thing. How many AC/DC tribute bands are there? How many Chili Peppers tribute bands are there? We need more musicians doing their own thing. And I know that's easier said than done, but I think it's important to do that. Which type of guitar is it? This is an Oswald. I call it the split head. Nick calls it the, I think it's just like an standard. It's just a standard Oswald. It's kind of like a design that he kind of created of, like, you know, it's like a weird hybrid thing with the cool split head style. But I call it split head. Loads of people, yeah, I know. Gotta get away. Thank you very much indeed. That was going to annoy me all night long if I didn't get that. There's also Nitro. The first song on the album is absolutely so good. My favourite song is the last song on the album, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's a great song. Awesome. Thank you. What am I drinking? This is John Frusciante and Jimi Hendrix Tears mixed together. Last song is Smash. I wanted to say it was, but then I was like, I don't think it's called that day because the album's called Smash. And I was like, yeah, but I swear there's a song on there called Smash. And my brain was like, no, it's not. You're going to look like an idiot in front of 94 people. I'm like, no, it's definitely a song called... No, there isn't. And I've been tormenting that around in my head. But thank you very much for clarifying these things. I'm terrible with song titles. I can't even remember my own at the best of times. Well, at the best of times at all, actually, for that man. Who? It's getting all weird now. Thoughts on the White Stripes, Jack White. I love Jack White and I love White Stripes. Fantastic. Have you ever played out of a Marshall Studio Vintage 20 head combo? No, I haven't tried the combo. No, I've got a head. I'm not really a combo kind of guy, really, if I can help it. Are you keeping the JS50? I certainly hope so. I need to contact Jet and find out what's going on with that thing because it's fantastic. And I have a plan for it, if they'll let me. But I need to contact them and find out what's going on. If not, it'll go back, and that'll be what it is. But going to Marshall, one of your books. Yes, it was. I've always wanted to go to Marshall Factory. It finally got to go. It was amazing. And to be invited to go is even more insane. And to play in the studio like that was even more insane. I love that guitar in a Gibson scale. Contact Nick. He can do that for you. If you want one of these, you contact Nick and he'll do you one to whatever you want. There is a waiting list though, on Nick's guitars though, because he's amazing, and rightly so. There should be a waiting list for somebody that good. What do you think of Jack White's new album, Best Work Since Elephant? I haven't heard much of it to comment. I've been too busy with other things, but I would like to hear the whole thing. What I've heard, I really, really like. It's really cool, but the man's very prolific, and I like that. 6-hour round trip train journey yesterday. Hey, awesome. Cheers, John. Thank you. Do you like the gong? Yes, I do. I love that. Oh, that's a great song, that is. How much of your tone is in your amps? None. Well, kind of a little bit, but not a great deal. Most of it's from pedals. This is the amp. It's a good sound, but it's clean as a whistle. But the pedals do all the heavy lifting. I mean, I can plug straight into the amp and get a sound out of it if I want to. I'll just choose not to because of reasons, which I've gone into before. That show was brilliant. Shot. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching as well. That video went insane. Do you think that Rory's playing got better over time? When was he peaking your opinion? I don't know. I don't think Rory ever reached a peak. Rory was just amazing, full stop. Right, even from his early days and taste and stuff like that. To be honest with you, he was one of the best guitarists of the late 60s, 70s that was very overlooked. Other people got praise that Rory deserved more. If that's what I mean. If that makes any sense. Favorite Manic Street Preachers album. I don't know. I hadn't listened to the Manic Street Preachers for a long time. Is the album with My Little Empire? If you tore this, you're struggling with me next. Is that This Is My Truth, Show Me Yours? Is that what the album's called? Forgive me if I get that wrong. Again, I'm useless at these kind of things. I know what songs are on them. Sometimes I can play some of them, but that's about as far as it goes. Do you recommend any music theory books? Not really, no. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty out there that are amazing, but because I'm dyslexic and thick, reading is kind of really hard for me. I learned better by being practical with stuff. How much do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you know the fretboard? 7, 8, I can get around in any key. I wouldn't say I know it completely, but I can get around in any key. If you give me a key, I can play in it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say it's spot on. 7, 7.5 at a push. I think 8 is pushing it. How do you dial in an amp? Depends. It's all about what you hear. You need to know what you're going for. There's far too much, in my opinion, in this day and age. There's far too much of people not knowing what they want out their amp. Hence why plugins and downloaded tones are so popular. Because it's like, oh, I can get this, I can get that, I can get the other. Instead of maybe following a voice or something in their own head that tells them to go, right, well, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? What happens if no, that's not quite right? Instead of actually going on the hunt for sounds in your amplifier and actually tweaking the thing, it's too easy to download things. And I think that's bad. I understand it's cool and it's fun, but I think it's more fun if you sit down with an amplifier and figure out what its EQ does and trying to find that sound in your head. Because obviously I've got certain sounds I went after John Frusciante's sound, Mike McCready, Jimi Hendrix, Peter Green, Rory Gallagher, and in so doing found my own sounds because I was like, well, I like that part of John's sound, but I want to kind of cross-pollinate it a bit with this and that and this and this and you know what I mean? And I think downloading things is a bit kind of meh, personally. But again, that's because as I grew up playing guitar, I had to use the dials on the amplifier to get the sounds or the pedals. There was no YouTube or anything like that to kind of like tell me how to do things. I had to just figure it myself. So yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I think it's important to know how to EQ an amp. I really do. I don't know about that. Thanks. Are you appearing on Andertons again? No. Well, the only thing I've got coming up with Andertons is a Red Giant session we did with them back in October. It hasn't come out yet. I'm guessing it'll come out in the new year because they're very, very busy. So there will be one more video of me playing at Andertons with Red Giant, but there's no other plans to go there and do anything, no. Let's face it, they don't need me. You know what I mean? They don't need me. They don't need another guitarist. Hello, and cheers to you in Italy. Who was amazing female bass player who played with us Newbury? That was Miss Kira Kenworthy, who's played a couple of gigs with us, and he's playing a couple of us with the new year. Hello, hello. Thank you. The main reason for the gaming stream, I think some people are a bit confused on why I'm doing gaming streams, and the main reason for the gaming streams is to quieten my brain down and do something a bit different to, you know, live streams and video, like normal music videos and walking videos. It's just an extra thing to keep my brain still on a Tuesday night when I can do it. It's not kind of anything serious, it's just a bit of giggle, really. Have you started writing for another album yet? Yes, I think I've got 3 songs finished demo-wise. I've got another 2 to record. I've got 3 without vocals. They don't have any lyrics or vocals. They've got melody, but I don't have any vocals for them yet. I'm not quite in the headspace to write lyrics. I'm in the headspace to write music. Lyrics are going to have to wait. They're not quite right. There's also another 2 songs that we used to play in the trio that I would quite like to be on the next album. And then I think I've got another couple that I'm kind of like working around on. So I've probably got about 14, 15 at this point in time that I'm working on. Like I say, I've finished... When I record these other 2, I'll have finished 5 demos. I need to get lyrics written for these other 3. There's another 2 that are technically finished songs, but I want to rejig them. Well, not rejig them, but re-record them for the next album. And I think there's another 4 or 5 that I'm working on. So it's 15 at this point in time. There won't be that many on the album. We'll pick and choose. Thank you very much. If we get that far, you know what I mean? If we even get to do another album, you know. Of Wonderwall. Do you think you'd be interested in doing more covers? Yeah, I'm actually working on another cover. It'll be out at some point in the new year. Just waiting for... John Joe will be playing on that one. My friend Ian's recording this one for me, though, because Ian can do a way better job than I can mixing things and making things sound better. But I'm actually working on a new cover to put out. It's a song that has really been soothing for me over the last couple of months. It's a song that's really, really helped. I'm not going to say what it is because it'll give it away, but I'm going to put it out when it's ready. But I'm getting John Joe to play drums on it. I'm playing guitar on it. I'm playing bass on it. And I'm getting my cousin to play cello on it. So I'm getting a cello. Do you like my sound for cello? And then my friend Ian's going to mix it for me, and then it'll come out. Cluster headaches, huh? Ow! Nasty. Do you use open tunings often or at all? I do use open tunings every now and again. I don't use them all the time. I don't want to get into using tons of tunings because it's problematic. Because I tend to kind of... When I play guitar, I tend to write. I don't really play to noodle as much anymore. I just when I pick up a guitar, I play it and I'll see what comes out, and if it's something cool, I'll record it as a song. But yeah, I don't know. Where am I going with this one? Ever thought about getting in touch with a guitar YouTubers, appear on each channel? How it goes? Not really. No. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. It's not really my kind of thing, really. Favorite Hendrix song, easy. 1983. No, well, there's two. 1983, Merman I Should Turn to Be, and Machine Gun. Those two songs are insane. If I had to pick one favorite between them, it'd probably be 1983 by a hair, but not by a great deal. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a while yet. Like I say, I don't know when we'll go in to record a new album. If we even can record a new album, we might not be able to. I don't know. It depends. Hi, Tot. Everyone say hello to my sister, Wildfire Designs. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get another album done yet. I don't know. Reached a bit of PB Wolfgang. Missed that. Have you tried Wolfgang guitars? No, I haven't, no. Are guitar amps safe if they're not been used for years? Solid state, yes. Valve amps, no. Solid state still have issues, not as many as valve amps. Valve amps discharge, and they need to retain that. So if you've got a valve amplifier that hasn't been on for years, get it checked out before you turn it on, because it can get a bit sketchy. Do you ever come up with good riffs but can't build a song around them? Occasionally, yeah. I mean, that does happens. That's just one of those things. If it's just a riff, it's a riff. It just stays where it is, if that makes any sense. You can't have it. Sometimes it isn't a song. Sometimes it's a part of a song you're yet to write, you know. Have you ever tried amp emulators or things like Spark Amp? Yeah, I've tried them. I don't particularly get on well with them, though. Will you be using the Silver Jubilee Live or sticking to solid state? Mainly solid state. I do want to use the Jubilee Live, and I do have a plan to use it at least once next year at a gig. But it's whether I can be bothered to cart the thing around and go through all the valve fun. But we'll see. We'll see. Never say never. Good chord. Can't pick any song, but Electric Land is. Yeah, indeed it is, yeah. NG Riviera, no. What was that? What's your favourite tone master amp? The Bassman. Yeah, Bassman by far. So far, the Bassman's absolutely destroyed my brain. I love the Deluxe. I love the Super Reverb, and I love the Twin. But the Bassman is very, very special. I don't know if it's to do with the 410s. I don't know if to do it's more mid-focused and something about that. I don't know what it is. But you can see where Marshall comes from with the Bassman. You know what I mean? That's the first time I've tried a tweed Bassman. I've played for a lot of Bassman heads. Well, a lot. I say a lot. I've played for about 3, which is a lot to me because, you know, how often do you get to play for a vintage Bassman? But I played for a couple of vintage Bassmans. I played for a black panel and a blonde one and a silver face, and the silver face was crap. The black panel one wasn't. No. Which one was the good one? Because we had 3 in Old Hat. We had the silver face Bassman. Did it do a silver face Bassman, or am I remembering that wrong? Am I getting that confused with something else? I'm pretty sure I'm not, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. But the tweed Bassman with 410s, I'm really enjoying it. I've used it for 2 gigs, and it held up really well. It sounded great as well. I really liked it for gigs. As long as I don't get the volume above 4.5, because it goes into breakup and starts getting harsh at me. But that's fine. 4.5 is plenty loud enough. I also found out yesterday that you can jumper the channels, and I didn't know you could do that. And it's cool. You lose gain, like you do with a Marshall. If you jumper a Marshall, 4-hole Marshall, you lose gain. And that happens on the Bassman as well. But it makes for something really cool. You ever showed any EVH? Yeah, I've played a few EVH guitars. When I was in Anderton's, when I used to go to Anderton's, there was some in the shop. I used to play a few. I really want the black and white EVH. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford it. Do you have a favourite cab or speaker? Yeah, my favourite cabs of all time are the Marshall JCM 900s because they've got the Celestion G1275s in them, which is my favourite speaker of all time in space. And the JCM 900 cabs always sound great to me. The 1960 standard cabs, they're good, and it's the same speakers, but for some reason they don't sound the same. That's about. But the JCM 900 cabs are fantastic. Just the black and white stripe one. Basically, the first incantation of a Frankenstein guitar that Eddie made. What's the cheapest ever electric guitar you've ever bought? I think it'd probably be the Batacaster, I don't know offhand. I bought a lot of cheap guitars. But I think the Batacaster was about... I don't know, the Batacaster wasn't a lot of money. I don't know. I bought a lot of guitars, it's hard to say. Where do you like the Univibe in your chain? If I have a Univibe, I like it on the... I like it kind of... The guitar has to hit it first. So, I'm going to have to do it my way, sorry. From the amp, I would go amp, wah-wah pedal, distortion or fuzz, depending on the thing, and then Univibe, and then Univibe goes to the guitar. So, reversed guitar, Univibe, fuzz, wah, amp. There you go. Do you ever wake in the morning and can't look at guitar and just... No. Too much delay in overdrive today. I don't understand what you mean. How much music theory do you think Peter Green, Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton, the players that era, knew? Not much. They knew enough. For playing gigs, do you use similar small pedals? No, just use what you're hearing. Just got off work, the internet. Oh, God. Well, good that you finished work, guys. Are you always fully conscious on what scales to use? No. No, the bin baritone I don't have anymore. I donated the bin baritone to Crimson Guitars for their guitar museum because you don't really see the Teisco baritone guitar very often. So I've decided I've got technically two baritone guitars. I've got my Oswald, the other split head, and I've also baritone my Gold Top Chapman, which I'm debating now whether to change that back or not. I don't know. And I didn't need it for that. I didn't need it, so I donated it. So it's all the way down south in Crimson Guitars Guitar Museum. It's the second guitar I've given to them as well. Both Teiscos. One was a really amazing condition audition guitar, but yeah. Silverface Twin that I got from my dad. Yeah, they weigh a ton. They absolutely weigh a ton. I remember trying to move those things about. I remember we had a 60s Fender Twin at Old Hat, and I made the very clever decision one day to take it out of its flight case and move it. Not in its case on wheels, just move it as it was. It's stupid. It's no wonder my back's ruined. Good evening. Jerry Jones baritone. Nice. Favourite Jeff Buckley song? I don't know. Hard to pick one. Have you met Rob Chapman? Yes, many times. Yeah, I met him a few times, spoke to him a few times. Do you know which gets dirtier when cranked, a Fender Twin or a Deluxe? I think it's both the same. From my experience with cranked up old Fender amps like that, they're very similar, in my opinion. You know, how they do break up. They sound different, but you know, I think I prefer the breakup of the deluxe to the twin. Twins breakup is really nice, but the deluxe really has something about it. The black panel deluxe anyway. There's something really cool about them, how they break up. Are you a fan of Preco Rat? No, I'm not. No. Opinions only Staley. Love Lane Staley. One of the best voices ever. Cheap guitars, cash converters in UK. Got any? Really? Crikey. Does your SVT20H have a hiss if you turn up the treble or high treble channel? Yeah, they all do. If you turn up treble, it's going to add hiss. If you turn the volume up, they're going to hiss. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't be quiet. Amps aren't quiet. You know what I mean? They should make noise. There should be a buzz or a hum or a hiss, depending on the sound you've got. And if you turn the treble up too high, it will hiss at you like a startled cat. Because that means it's like, no. Anyway. You should appear on that pedal show. They would never have me on that pedal show. If I ever got to go on that pedal show, you'll see pigs flying, honestly. I don't think they would ever have me on their thingy. Are you starting to be recognised and feeling the love of fame? I'm not famous. I'm not, and I don't get recognised, no. Have you tried the DL4 Mark II? No, I haven't. I would like to, but I haven't tried one. Are you excited for next year and looking forward to move on from last year? Definitely can't wait to move on from this year. Yeah, this year has been predominantly cack. Like, it just kept getting worse. Like, I couldn't actually believe every point this year when I thought, right, things have to get better now. They got worse. And then I was like, right, things have to get better now, surely. It got worse again. And then it got worse again and again and again. And then, like, you know, towards the end of the year, things started getting better. When we released the album was the turning point. Actually, when we released Monsters, the first music video for Red Giant, as soon as we released that, it almost kind of, well, it didn't lift anything because the torment was still there. But it helped, and I say when the album came out, it helped even more. So the year's definitely ended better than it started. The entire year up to, like, what was it? September was just unbearable. Nearly didn't make it this far this year. Anyway, when I picked up my new guitar for my birthday, the builder was telling me about how Jeff Beck used different gauges for different... Yeah, you don't need to remember that. It's not important. You don't have to worry about custom sets or anything like that. Ah, cheers, thank you for watching the old vids. I don't know where the best place is to look for musicians to get a band together in this day and age. Well, if I'm famous, I don't certainly feel famous, and I don't know what famous would feel like in the first place, and not sure I understand what that is. 10 to 46s, yeah, you can't go wrong with 10 to 46s. Favourite lyric Chris Cornell ever wrote? I can't get any lower, still I feel I'm sinking. That's one of them. There's tons. There's so many. But that'd be one of them. That's the first one that came to mind, anyway. I Into Jazz, not really, no. Not really my bag, baby. Chord chorus pedal for £5 on a boot sales one, great. Ace. I bet it is actually as well. Zero chances. I don't understand. Hours a day do I play? I have no idea. I don't time it. I just pick up the guitar when I want to. Yeah. I know, I nearly got caught then. Santa Claus Jam the other day was pretty good. Thank you very much. Greetings to you in Germany. Do you get to see some good concerts and big acts in your neck of the woods? No. No. Lincolnshire's a dead spot. How am I? Been better, but here we are. I'm alive. Let's put it that way. The recommendation for a good camera to record guitar vids, particularly to capture in-room sound. Zoom Q8. It's the camera I've been using for years. I love it. I think it's one of the best cameras for musicians, full stop. Makes things easy. And you don't have to worry about kind of syncing sound. You don't have to mess around with it. It just films, and I reckon it looks. I like the way it looks. I like the fisheye thing. Even though it doesn't really look fisheye, to be honest with you, it's not mad. But I reckon it's great. That'd be my thing. Yeah. Prices are a bit weird. I don't really know. And to you. Any other genres you listen to, Dave? I listen to quite a few, yeah. Like I said, there's only a few genres I don't really listen to. Jazz, to say, being one. But... Yes, it is. Coming this Friday, yeah. Yeah. Forgive how ill I was in the video. And also, I keep making mistakes. At one point, I called a guitar body a neck. So, yeah, that was fun. Any song for learning to solo? Any of them? Any you got a guitar solo in that you like, basically? Have you seen a Phil Collins documentary? No, I haven't yet, no. Pink Floyd and Dave Gilmour, it depends. I have to be in the mood for stuff like that. You know, I can't just... I'm not... I have to be in the mood for Pink Floyd and stuff like that. Favourite modern artists? Don't know. I have to think about that one. Just got my 15-year-old daughter her first guitar, wine red FFN Studio Ace. My first electric guitar was a Washburn Maverick series guitar, which I still have. It's hung on the wall downstairs. I'll take it. Where is your PV guitar amp? Which one? I don't get the high Hello Kitty guitars either. I think it's just more. I don't know. There's like a nostalgia thing for them, isn't there? I don't really understand it myself. I don't get that one. Did you ever see the Chili Peppers live? Yeah, I've seen them twice. Yeah. It's a bit cheeky. Enough. Have you tried any of the Fender Hammertone pedals? No, I never tried any of them. I don't think so. Oh, I might have done when I was at Anderton's, maybe. I don't remember, though. If I did, I don't remember it, which can't be a good thing. Who the hell is Lizzo? Lewis Cole, never heard of him. Just to bug it lately. A bit, yeah. I've watched a couple of videos of him live. First guitar was Washburn acoustic at Hayes. When the next fruit? I don't know. I don't know what else I've got to teach. People keep saying to me, like, when are you going to teach? I was like, I've taught everything I know. I can't do any more. Do you 60 plus guitars now? It's around that. Somewhere around 60, yeah. I'm done with your channel since you can't tell me your sister's name. I know you're a paranoid freak. I'm in the USA and asked her name because she's always laughing. So be it. Right, on your way. See you later. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I'm not telling you my sister's name because that's just weird. Any comments I get about my sister are very uncalled for most of the time, and I end up deleting them. So I'm not about to tell you a name, you creepy. Anyway, he's gone. Yeah, goodbye. If that's all you're here for, door's there. Make sure you close it on the way out. Weirdo. It is proper creepy. I'm in the US. Well, what the hell does that matter? Give a name so you can go and look her up. Well, good luck with that one. She hasn't got any social media, but ha! Anyway. Yeah, I should have done, shouldn't I, really? Pathetic. What's the date for Guitar Clash review? Next Friday. Or this Friday. Where are we? I don't even know what day. It's Sunday, isn't it? So, Friday coming. What Buckethead song can you cover the best? I don't know. None. Play from Steve Ray Vaughan? I would rather not. I don't like to play Steve Ray Vaughan anymore because there's too many people doing it. And when there's too many people doing one thing, I tend to kind of get a bit bored of it and want to move away from it. I agree. And again, if you're only here to get my sister's name, you can just jog on. Anyone else want to leave while they're at it? Do a course. I don't know how to. I'm not very good at that kind of thing, but thank you. Do you think musicians work hard? You have to. If you want to be a musician in this day and age, you have to work hard. It's as simple as that. You know, not saying that musicians back in the day didn't work hard, but in this day and age, you have to be more than just a musician. You know, you're a musician. To be honest with you, you're a musician last. You know, because you've got to look at social media, advertising, promotion, all the other stuff that comes with, like, you know, being a musician. You know, stuff that other people used to do and let you focus on music. You know, people, you know, in record companies used to have these people who would do this for you, and you'd be able to just focus on playing music and whatever your instrument was. Whereas now, you have to be everything. You know, you can't be just a guitarist or a drummer or a bass player. You have to be everything. You know, you're the manager, you're the booking agent, you're the PR person, you're the social media person. It's tough. It's probably more tough now than it ever has been, and there's no money in it either. So, and that doesn't help because you need money to do anything. If you don't have money, you're kind of, you know, you're up you're S Creek without a paddle. It's money drives things. You know, we've learned that the tough way with the Red Giant album. You know, without the Kickstarter, Red Giant wouldn't have an album. It's as simple as that. We wouldn't be able to afford it. Me and John Joe and other, like, people like my family who put in money to this album, we wouldn't be able to afford. We wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have got anywhere near. Just to give you an idea, this entire album cycle, and this is cheap. Bear in mind, this is cheap, people on YouTube, and it was cheap because we called in a lot of favours because, again, we can't afford a lot of stuff. It's cost us somewhere around about £16,000, and it's still going up. So, bear that in mind. It's very tough in this day and age to get thing. And also, because of stuff like Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, YouTube, it's a saturated market. It's very, very hard for bands to stand out when there's so much. You know, I don't want to say competition because I think that's a nonsense word that shouldn't have any place in music because it's not a competition. But there's a lot of people who treat it such, and as a result, they're the ones who are doing all stupid things and, you know, trying to make viral posts because they think that'll make their band world famous if they do some weird little viral post on Instagram. And it's like, if that's what you'll be famous for, if that's what you want your band to be famous for, fair enough, but I'd rather my band be famous for its music, not a meme. If you go back in time and attend any past gig, what would it be? There's a few. I don't know. It's hard to pick one, but it is a few. What's that, sorry? How is recording still so expensive? It's because it is. It always has been. Recording has always been thousands of pounds because studios are expensive places to go, because desks, mixing desks and outboard gear and lighting and all that kind of stuff and putting bands up in recording studios costs a lot of money. A desk, I've heard, the studio we recorded in, Chapel Studios, to have that mixing desk on all day, just the desk, the how much electricity that thing uses is like pretty much like an entire house. It's insane how much, like, they're guzzlers, you know. And it's just expensive. It always has been expensive. It's why you hear stories of like Van Halen going on tour, their first ever tour, and coming back in the record company saying, right, you owe us $50 million. You know, it's stuff like that. It is a legendary studio. It's an amazing place. Hopefully it's still there by the time we get around to doing another album. If not, I don't really know where we're going to go. Favourite Taste song or live performance? I don't know. Hard to say. Indeed, she is. She's really helped us out this year with coming to gigs and filming stuff. Like, without her, we'd be in trouble. And manning the merch desk. Looking forward to seeing Red Giant King Ross Scotland next year. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you too. Auto-tune pitch created crap these days all over YouTube. It is, exactly. I mean, that's another thing as well. There's a lot of reliance on technology. And that technology is cool. We use it in the studio. I would never not want to use the ability to cut and paste. You know what I mean? I think it makes things way more economical. Especially if you like working fast like I do. But you can go too far with it. You know, at one point you do need to be able to do what the music is. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a lot of people pretending to play guitar. Can I play Sleepwalk? No. No, play sorry. You sound very boring. I don't know. I mean, you ever tried improvising? Are you doing bass solo, or are you improvising? Did you use multiple amps on the latest album? No, I used one. I did take multiple amps. I took my Orange CR120, I took my Fender Deluxe, and I took my Marshall MG. And the MG just sounded that good. I was like, why am I bothering to even attempt to use a different amp? It sounds too good. So yeah, I didn't bother. Just use that one amp for the entire thing. Show files. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can understand that's really helpful for live sound if you, because you don't technically need the band there, do you? If that's the case. Made plans to play. No, but Hendrix Keller's gone. I don't know who owns it anymore, so no, I can't play that again. Do you have a Vox 15R? No, I don't know. I behaved and not bought an amp today. Now, is that behaving or misbehaving? Who knows? Yeah, you can do virtual sound checks from my record. That's really cool. I think I seem to remember seeing a Rush documentary, and the sound guy was sound checking them. It wasn't them; they weren't on stage. Yeah, I mean, so I think that's brilliant. That, you know, makes the bands lazy. I understand why though. You ever try a Vox AC10? Yes, cool amps. Brian May in a video credited Rory Gallagher as a huge influence on him. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's how he got his sound. Without Rory Gallagher, Brian May wouldn't have his iconic sound. Rocksmith game? No, I don't even know what that is. Is it like Guitar Hero? Best bedroom practice sound? Boss Katana. Are you able to make money just from playing the guitar? If you work hard, but it's not a lot, you're going to struggle. Let's put it that way. Do you remember the classic album set? I do remember that was brilliant, that was. Like Guitar Hero, but real guitar. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. No, I don't have that. I didn't even know that existed. It really is. It's like the amp to end all amps. It's crazy. Does it make a difference? Neck profile. It can do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you ever have to change a fret out or develop fret buzz? Not really. No. I mean, if they start buzzing, invariably it's time for a fret level. Which gig are you most looking forward to in May? All of them. There's not one above any of the others. I just can't wait to do them. Are there any Hendrix amps around that people have played through? Yeah, there's quite a lot. There's quite a few of Jimmy's Marshalls and stuff around. Have you heard of OD Eco guitars from Italy? No, I have. No, I know of Eco, but I don't know of the new ones. I've got an Eco acoustic or Echo. I don't know how you pronounce it. Sub-Zero. Ace. Any new changes to your pedal board? No, not really. I mean, the only thing I've added new is the cloudburst. That's. But other than that, nothing really new. What type of gig do you enjoy? Indoor or outdoor? Both. I don't care. If I'm playing live, I'm normally happy. Try an Aussie band artist guitar, right? If I can get one, that'd be cool. Still a fan of vintage brand UK guitars? Not really. They sent one to me a while back. It was pretty good. And also I got sent a few, like the Surfmaster was the last one. That was really good. But they don't really speak to me. I think they got annoyed when I did a video on, like, you know, how their quality control was that bad. But it is what it is. What's the longest gig you've ever played? About 3.5 hours. I think it was about 3.5 hours the longest I've played. It was decades ago now. I think it was like 2011. Yeah, we did like an hour set, then I did an hour solo set, and then we did another hour set with encores. So it was about 3.5 hours. It's really windy. It's a weird looking guitar though. It is, but isn't it one of the coolest looking guitars of all time? It is to me. Can you recommend some Boss pedals that you like? Boss DS2, Boss Delay, Boss Super Overdrive, Boss Blues Driver, Flanger, Chorus, any of them. That windier, indeed. Longest I've been to is Led Zeppelin 72. Oh yeah, I can imagine that was like 16 hours or something. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Good lord. And was it just like one song? Any tips on using a Mel 9 to recreate some of the chorusy bits from Shadows Collide? Not really, no. I mean, I don't know how you would do it. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you, so I don't really know. Where do you get ideas for songs? I don't know. Is it? Oh, lyric-wise, yeah. Lyric-wise, it's always things that I've experienced in my life or a narrative that's come into my head about something. Good example of that is the Red Giant song "You Say I Say," is a song about a relationship. It's like the 3 stages of a relationship. Initially there was only 2, but I put in the middle verse because it needed one. It's like the honeymoon period, the middle period where it's a bit sketch, and the breakup. And initially, and I say initially, that song was written from a narrative perspective of I just come out of a 10-year relationship, and I didn't write it about mine and my ex-partner's relationship. I just wrote it as a narrative of like a relationship kind of in a song, and now I'm living it. Anyway, it's fun when you all of a sudden have to live your own songs, which you didn't think you'd ever have to do. But there we go. Early 60s, 70s, I agree. Can we not mention Q, please? I don't really want to have to answer questions about her or talk about her. Thank you very much. Is your new X Univibe still top favorite? Yes, it is. It's still my favorite Univibe, to be honest with you. Well, next to the Boss Katana Univibe. You say I say loud is great. Thank you. Cheers. How many guitars and amps do I own? A lot. Not enough is the better answer. Do you prefer Strats over any of the guitars? Yes. Any day of the week. It's the style that fits me the best, you know. They are an underrated band. They're not really my kind of thing. I can't say I particularly like their songs, but they are a cool band. I did see that, yeah. They're all out of stock already or something, aren't they? Yeah, it's okay if you didn't know, but like I say, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to talk about it personally. I have no idea. Cheers. What I mean, sorry. Spinal Tap with bad news. Bad news. Love Spinal Tap, but you know, Rick Mail. Krill, no. Top 3 favorite slow blues tracks. Oh, I don't know. They'll all be Fleetwood Mac songs. Like Peter Green. Can't sweep pick. Does that make me a bad guitar player? No, I can't sweep pick. Jimi Hendrix couldn't sweep pick. Peter Green couldn't sweep pick. John Frusciante can't sweep pick. You know, doesn't make them bad guitarists. If you can't do something, it doesn't mean you need to. Being a good guitarist doesn't come down to a series of check boxes. Can you do this? 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 It's not how it works. You know what I mean? Dave Gilmour can't sweep pick, but you can't turn around and say, oh, he's a really, really bad guitarist because he can't sweep pick. You know, it's not going to work that way. Latest streams, how you say? No worries. I feel better now. Cold's are miserable. Yeah, it's on its way. Yeah, it's been fun, as colds always are. The fact that I wasn't already sleeping and then this added less sleep was even more fun. Did you take your Marshall amp head to one of the? Did you take your Marshall amp head to one of the video gigs, or was there already one there, like the Marshall in the background? No, I if you see a Marshall in the background, it's invariably mine. Love you too. Bottom Xmas special is going on TV now. You mention it. Nice. Because it's Christmas, and no one watches TV until the Queen's speech. Interesting factoid, Red Giant factoid here. Red Giant have got a song called What Are You Gonna Do? It's a slow blues track and it goes... That's the intro. And that was inspired by the intro of Bottom. So, influence there. Yeah, always makes me happy. Every time I play it, I'm like... Which is strange, because the song's really dark, but hey. How do I overcome writer's block? Stuck writing my own songs. If you don't overcome writer's block, it goes away. If you can't write a song at this point in time, it means you're not supposed to be writing songs right now. You just have to wait. It will come back to you. The best way to describe it, my friend Ian described it in the best way possible. If you're a songwriter, this is what's happening. Ideas are all out there in the ether, and then one day they slam together and you're really productive. And over time, it does this and starts to break away until they ping apart and they're out here again. And then you've got nothing because they're all out here again. And then they'll come back and then they'll go away. And then they'll come back and they'll go away. So if you haven't got... if nothing's coming, it's because of that. Why you may become a YouTuber? Phil X, Rob Chapman and Lee Anderton. Them three. It does look fun and they weren't wrong. You get to keep the Revelation Ghost. No, I didn't get to keep that guitar. I think the one they gave me was like a prototype, so I didn't get to keep it, sadly. Thank you very much. Is there an artist that you used to like but got burnt? Oh, not really. Not I can think of, off the top of my head. What's your knowledge of Hendrix's fuzz pedals that was modified more like an overdrive? Yeah, it's a fuzz overdrive. From what I read and what I've heard about Jimmy's pedals, is Jimmy didn't... He liked the fuzz face, but he wanted certain things that he didn't have. And rumour has it that if you get one of Jimi Hendrix's fuzz faces and open it up, it's not got an Arbiter fuzz face circuit board in it. Well, board in it. It's got one of Roger Mayer's boards in it. They just basically used the same enclosures because they were there. But Jimmy's fuzz pedal was more of a fuzz overdrive. It was warmer, more rounder. It's still fuzzy because there's a lot of gain. But yeah, it was more of a fuzz overdrive, and that's what I've read. I would believe it as well because, to be honest with you, when you listen to like gigs like Woodstock, that doesn't sound like a fuzz in the traditional way. You know what I mean? Like, especially in Hey Joe, you can hear it when he goes to a net pickup in Hey Joe, and he does this kind of slide up like that. It doesn't really sound like a fuzz. It's got fuzzy characteristics, but there's I don't know. It's not just fuzz. There's something else in there, but that's me. Favorite moment of the year? You've had basically any... Well, recording the album was a great time of the year. Those 3 days in the studio were amazing. They were really good. Releasing the album and the singles, that was really good as well. That was an amazing thing. Releasing those 3 singles was really cool, and then releasing the album launch. All the gigs we've done since then have been really, really good. Yeah, I can't think of any, but yeah, it's mostly crap. Like any indie bands, there are a few. Strandberg guitars, not for me. They're good guitars, but I don't really particularly get on with them. I don't understand. The new Oz... Oh, yeah, of course it does. I thought we were talking about something else. Yeah, the volume jump means you haven't given it what it wants. The volume jump happens on the Ibanez WH10 because your ramp's too clean. It does this. Whereas if you give it what it wants, which is more of a distorted signal, it won't jump. Oswald is always a big man. I agree. And this came along at a really good time as well. Cool. They are good modding platforms, I've got to be honest. It's a beast, yeah. Favourite string is Engage. 10-46 is Diodario. What is your favourite Fender Strat pickup set? Tex-Mex pickups. How do you decide when to refret the guitar? Basically when you can barely bend on it anymore. If a frets are too flat and it's just a bit naff, then, you know, time to get a refret. Hey, awesome. Do you still have a gear for music double neck? No, I got rid of that years ago. I wish I hadn't now, but you do things, don't you? Green Man Alicia pentatonic scale. Yes, it is. E minor. What do you think about Jackson Dink guitars? Cool guitars. Really good guitars. Smashing Pumpkins. Not really a band I listen to, so I can't really say anything. Sorry. Lola pickups on Gibson Les Paul, and I still don't sound good. What are you using? I mean, you know, it could be your amp, could be the guitar, could be, you know, a lot of things. Ever considered trying Ozzy Brown guy? No. Like I say, if I can get one, I'll try it. But that's on one of your vids. You talked about Rory Gallagher. I was influenced by a lot by. Yeah, me too. Would you recommend a compression pedal? Yes, they're good to have in the arsenal. It's the amp. Change the amp. What I like a big muff. It's either or really high pitched. I've never found a big muff I can dial into where I want it to be, and because of that, yeah. Pete Townsend on your not really on the radar. No, great guitarist, a great songwriter, but not really my kind of thing. What is your favorite guitar effects pedal? I've got loads of them. Big muffs over rats. Neither, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't even put one above the other there. I don't like rat pedals and I don't like big muff pedals, so. Would going from poly to nitro change the sound? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I've got videos coming next year asking that question. Do you go to school for music? Not initially, no, but I did eventually. Is compression a good pedal to use, have on? Yeah, I mean, I always have a compressor on, but I don't have any compression. I just have the volume cranked. Are you currently selling any guitars? Yes. 4 guitars I'm selling at this point in time, but I'm not willing to ship them. So the only way you can get them is if you live nearby to me. I'm also selling some amps as well. That one being, this is for sale. I don't need it anymore. Are you a fan of Matt Pike? If not, why? It's not my kind of music. The man's a monster and I love his guitar sound, but sleep aren't my kind of thing. I've had that cover in my head for years. I came up with that in 2020 in lockdown. That version of Oasis, of Wonderwall, and I've always wanted to record it. And the other day I was like, I'm just going to do it, and it was all very rough and ready. It was just a bit of fun, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a giggle. Is space a good reason to sell guitars like a room? Yeah, sadly that's the only reason I sell stuff is if I run out of space more than anything, or other reasons. Thank you. Do I have any acoustic guitars? Yes, I've got a few. I like the mix. I think I don't feel there's anything wrong with the mix of what it sounds the way I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? The mix of Wonderwall isn't. It's not. It's what I wanted it to be. It sounds exactly how I wanted it to be. Everything's where it should be sonically. Yeah, the only thing I wish I could have redone in a way is the vocal, but I'm not that bothered about it. It's. I don't think I would have got better if I tried. To be perfectly honest with you. How do you keep noise from your pedals? Turn them off. Have you got wind of? So I missed that. Have you still got your Tokai? I do. Yes, I've still got that. I still use it occasionally. I don't get it out a lot, but I still have it. What equipment did you use to record Wonderwall? My Marshall MG was the amp with pedals. The two guitars were Mr. White and the 62. Used my jazz bass, my Columbus jazz bass for the bass, obviously. There's the Mel 9, there's the Cloudburst, Governor, Ibanez War, DS2. golden plexi. And I think that was it. I can't think it was anything else. Yeah, very inexpensive. My favorite amp, Marshall MG100 HDFX is very inexpensive. You can get the half stack for like 200 quid. Boss Katana 50 Gen 3 or Marshall DSL 20. Boss Katana. Would you ever use Blackstar amps? Yes, but it has to be the right one. I find them a bit fizzy, personally. What's the best vintage guitar you've played? Is it your 62? It is, yeah. I've never played a guitar as good as my 62. I could be biased on that one. Any female guitarists? Yeah, there's loads of female guitarists that I like. They're amazing. Nirvana, my guitar. But you don't want the same guitar sounds in each speaker. I always like having like a fatter guitar sound on the left and a thinner guitar sound on the right. That way you get a full spectrum of things, and then also some others up in the middle. Like, you know, I like the hard left and right thing, the stereo thing. I don't like everything going down the middle. And then when the bass comes in and the drums come in and the vocals and anything else you've got, it fills that void. So you have the guitars kind of out here and everything else goes in the middle. But I don't like the idea of having, like, you know, the guitars being too thin. They need to complement each other. No. Can you make a living as a guitarist? Not really. Not by just being a guitarist. You have to do loads of different things. You know, learn to teach, learn to fix guitars, learn to do all sorts of things. Be adept, stand in for different bands, get into lots of different bands. To earn money and a living off music is very, very, very hard. Nearly enough impossible in this day and age. Yes, the MG15 is great, but the MG100 is way better. So I'm just taking this opportunity to tune my guitar to E flat. Because now my cold's clearing up, I'll be able to start recording demos again. Because I can sing without coughing my guts up. I need to get the guitar used to it. Do I ever practice bass? Not really. I like playing bass. I love sitting down with the bass and noodling on it, but it's not something I'd practice. When's the next gig? Next month. I don't know the dates right now. Because I'm not near my calendar. But January, we're gigging again. Do you have any problems with G-string slipping on the Les Paul? Yeah, I think everyone does. It's just one of those things. If you could test a new pedal to a UK maker, what would it be? I don't know. I don't know, because pedals are all... No more clones and no more tube screamers would be definitely something I would recommend. Sick of seeing them, and I don't like either, but that's my personal preference. You know, I don't know, hard. You ever been given a signature? No. There's no need. I don't need a signature instrument. It'd be cool to have one, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, that's how it works. You got to be on it every day. It's up to you. It doesn't matter what I say about what amp I think is better or is worse, because at the end of the day, it's down to what you think. I don't like the DSLs. I've never played through a DSL I thought was any good. Whereas Marshall MG, yeah. The old ones. New ones are cack. But again. Yes, when will you come to Los Angeles for a gig? I don't know. Not for a while. Would you ever buy a Manson guitar? If I could afford a Manson guitar, yes. I would love to buy a Manson guitar because being a Matt Bellamy fan, I would love that, but they're far too expensive for me. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. So the Chapman guitar, was that not a Sig? No, it's just an off-the-shelf Pro X. What are your top 3 Chili Peppers John live shows performances? There's Slane Castle is just like a given. That's the Chili Peppers at one of their peaks. You know what I mean? It really is them at like an absolute peak of performance. It's just incredible, that gig. I really love like anything from like 1999 Chili Peppers wise. John Frusciante wise, there's the Amsterdam acoustic gig, which is just amazing, and there's also the Camber Sands gig, which is another amazing gig as well. So I've got quite a few. EVH 5153. Cool. What do you think? I can't speak. What do you think? Les Paul Firebrands are great. We had a couple in Old Hat, and they were great guitars. But like, they were really cheap. I remember we had one Firebrand SG, which was amazing. It was a great guitar. In all fairness, it put most of your SGs to shame. Apart from one, we had a really cool. I forget what year it was. I want to say 67, but I could be wrong. We had a late 60s Gibson SG with P90s in it, and that guitar was insanely good. That guitar was amazing. But behind that was this Firebrand, and the Firebrand was really, really good. I think the Firebrands get overlooked. Firebrand, it's a model of Gibson that they put out in the 70s. I think it was like a Nolan era thingy. Look them up, really cool guitars. Cheers. What's the plans for Xmas videos? Next video obviously won't be a live stream on Tuesday because it's Christmas Eve. Or there might be because I'm going to be on my own. So maybe I might do a live stream on Tuesday because I'm going to be, no one's going to be here. Oh, thank you very much indeed for the 199. Do I like Frank Marino? Not really, no. Not really. I've heard him play and stuff like that, but it's not really my kind of thing. But, the Paul, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we've got guitar collection video coming up next Friday. Obviously, I'll be another Q&A live stream next Sunday as well. I don't know if it's going to be live or I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Like Firebird, yes, Firebirds are great guitars. That's a good sound. Whoa, when did it get to 80 minutes? Okay, I'm going to have to get off. You ever tried a Heartwood Charger? No, I haven't. I've seen them. They do look cool. You're eventually going to play gigs in Germany. Hopefully. It won't be this coming year, maybe. I don't know. We'll see where we go. But hopefully, yes, at some point. It'd be great. I'd love to come and play in Germany. Work for your Rory tutorials. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to have to get off. So, thank you very much indeed for being here on the live stream. That plectrum is basically dead. Yeah, thanks so much indeed. And yeah, I won't see you again, PeopleTube, till after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all. Have a great one. I hope Santa brings you some good, lovely stuff, and it's a good one. Anything else to say? I'll see you next Friday for the guitar collection video. It's a long one, so brace yourselves. But thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I'll see you again very, very soon. And yeah, have a good one. Merry Christmas. Goodbye now.